the first one that happened over the weekend was the one of Mike Evans, man, getting injured a left hamstring, so he's gonna be out 3 to 4 weeks with a hamstring injury that it lingers all season long. You know, you don't really have breaks. It'll be good if they could hit their bye week and he could have an extra week, to really rest, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's gonna be back before that. But with hamstring injuries, man, it's very tricky. You gotta really tame to them. You gotta really be on top of that. But with Mike Evans being out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, how is that gonna look for Baker Mayfield in the offense?
That's a huge loss. I mean, Emeka's looked great as a rookie, and I love what he's got going on. But he kind of, reminds me of one of those receivers that when you have other guys as the main target, you can kind of be underneath and get open and get, last second plays, break your routes, do all kinds of stuff. But we'll see what he does now that Mike Evans will miss time. Obviously, they're going against the Eagles. We know how the Eagles are, just came off Super Bowl. But Tampa did kind of has, not really going to say has their number, but they've played very well against Philadelphia over the past, 3, 4, 5 years in terms of eliminating them twice from the playoffs, just kind of looking pretty good, even defensively against the Eagles. And I know the Eagles offense has kind of been lately. So in terms of the next 3, 4 weeks, I think they can survive it. I think they have enough talent to just, play well enough to get through it, like you mentioned, and then try to get through the bye week and go from there.
Mhm.
I wouldn't rush him back. I think they have enough weapons to maybe see what you got, kind of like what Cincinnati went through. Not to always bring them up, but when Chase missed some time or Higgins missed some time, you had enough other people that weren't replacements for those guys, but good enough to sustain the offense, especially when you have a mobile quarterback like Baker that can roll out and create more time. So not a super panic, but in terms of this week coming up, I hate it for them because I do see them as a team that could, again, just beat Philly. At least, not saying that that's everyone's end game, but could beat Philly this week and then kind of set themselves at a higher stage in NFC since they always get overlooked. But without Mike Evans, that's going to be tough because he's been their constant.
Yeah, facts. I think it's gonna be a small step back for them. I don't think it's gonna be a huge step back. I think Mbuka could do work. I think Sterling Shepard, he's gonna be asked to do more work. He'll probably get 2, 3, 4, maybe more targets in these upcoming weeks that Mike Evans is out. I do think they lose to the Philadelphia Eagles, but they got some other weeks left ahead of them. One loss is not gonna do anything for them. They're undefeated right now. They go 3-1 to still be good out there. I think it's going to be more touches for Bucky Irving and Rashad White. Maybe a little bit more checkdowns for Rashad White because Baker Mayfield loves to throw to the flat to him. So I think it is going to be a small step back for them. It does hurt them for sure, but I don't think it's going to be a crazy setback for them. I don't think it's going to turn or derail their whole season. I don't think they'll lose the next 4 games because he won't be there. I think they'll still maybe they'll go 2-2, maybe 3-1. But it does suck that they lose him. Obviously, the primary target. He does get, the corner that's covering him, the safety over the top. That's always got to play the long ball on him. So he always gets initially either 2-on-1 or 3-on-1, depending on where the linebacker's playing too. If he does a slam or he does an in route. So he does takes a lot of eyes off the field of his other teammates when they're running their routes or they're running plays and stuff like that. But again, I just think it's going to be a small step back. I don't think it's going to really derail the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and what they're planning to do for this season.
Yeah, I agree, especially with that division. That's a joke.
Yeah, yeah, for real, for big time, big time.